All right. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you a dynamic and forward thinking individual, Iggy Perillo. Today, we have the privilege of delving into the insights and inspirations that fuel Iggy's passion. Her growth, her vision for growth is not just a goal, but a continuous journey of refinement, always seeking the perfect blend of innovation and efficiency. With a keen eye for detail and an unwavering commitment to progress, Iggy envisions a future for her business that is not only successful but constantly evolving. Beyond her professional life, Iggy is a vibrant individual with many interests and hobbies that add layers to her captivating personality. Another aficionado of roller derby, she finds joy in the adrenaline pumping excitement of the sport. But that's not all. Iggy is also a dedicated follower and participant in the world of improv comedy, showcasing her zest of humor and creativity. In her downtime, you'll find Iggy immersed in the pages of books as a voracious reader. Whether running or walking, she embraces the outdoors, leveraging the walkable streets of her Portland neighborhood to fuel her active lifestyle. Ever the adventurer, Iggy approaches life with an open heart and eagerness to embrace new and exciting experiences. She embodies the spirit of curiosity, always on the lookout for what else is fresh, interesting, and worth exploring. So, as we prepare to absorb the wisdom and enthusiasm Iggy brings us this morning, please join me in welcoming her for her first BNI presentation. Iggy, I will give you a 2-minute warning.
Thanks, Whitney. I think, boom, this should all be happening now. Perfect. Hello, everybody. I'm just gonna, how you have to move every window 5 times once you do a thing. So that'll happen for a second. Perfect. Hello, everyone. I'm stoked to be talking with you all today. And here's what I'm talking about, anti-capitalist leadership. I'm going to talk about what I do, who I am, how I do what I do, and then what you can do right now to elevate your leadership. Along the way, there's going to be several quizzes, and much like this morning, there's not going to be a prize, but there will definitely be a winner. So, do what you will with that if you like winning. If not, I'm happy to also know you regardless. Let's see, let me make sure I have, okay, great. So here's what I do. Emotionally intelligent anti-capitalist leadership coaching, training, and consulting so that individuals can lead with compassion, teams can thrive, and organizations can create a more just world. That's cool, but how did I get here? There was a 2-part plan. Part 1, playing outside. And playing outside is really actually an ongoing 26-year-long career working for Outward Bound, leading expeditions focused on leadership, character development, and developing an ethic of service, and training staff to do the same thing. This gave me skills in experiential leadership training. I train people to lead right now, to get to the next lake, to get food in their bellies, even when it's raining, and through a collaborative shared leadership model. And I also honed my facilitation skills and tolerance for variable weather conditions. Fun fact, I am pretty good at weather prediction by looking at the clouds and also tying knots. Part 2 of the 2-part plan, reading books, as Whitney led on in the intro. This fun activity got me a master's degree in experiential education, a focused attention span and depth of knowledge and theory, and I actually host a little podcast called the Books Applied Podcast, where I talk about books and how to use their best ideas. Here's more of the same, but even more of the same. This is me looking out at Hudson Bay, and here's me. When this guy, I don't know if you know this dude up here, the Unipiper, he came to visit the class I was teaching. This was pre-COVID. You can tell because I'm wearing his helmet. That would never happen now. But it was a good time teaching college and teaching young folks how to be their best selves. My class was actually called Understanding Yourself and Others. And where does this all bring me? To the present, which is now. And how about now? I actually am the co-owner of Rad Pop PDX, which I teased in my small group conversation. It's this is Portland's pop-up popcorn party for people who love popcorn. This is my wife, Katie. She's the co-owner. This is Jennifer Vaniston, the other major player in that operation. And this is a fully capitalist endeavor. I own the means of production. I'm also a source of labor. And I'm sure this inspires a burning question for all of you. What about anti-capitalism? Wasn't that the point of this whole presentation? Absolutely yes. I am curious if you have an idea what anti-capitalism means. Quiz number 1, throw that in the chat. What do you think anti-capitalism is? There is a right answer. Just kidding. There's also just many, many wrong answers. What do you think? Socialism, sort of. What else is anti-capitalism? Oh yeah, I'm liking it. People that hate making money, that's a no. Wrong. Anti-greed? Maybe yes. Anti-exploitation, I'm gonna go yes. People over profit? Okay, sure. Those are all greatish answers. Mutual support, like that even better. Dismantling traditional ideas, exploit the many for the sake of the few. Wow, Spencer, you're winning so far. Finding ways not to participate in the capitalist system, yes, but we also participate in the system called commerce, which involves making money. Burning the world down, I'll take it. Winner. Anti-monopoly, yes. I like these all. Here's another definition. Leadership and compassion is anti-capitalism. So how you lead has a huge impact on your quality of life and the thrival versus survival of your teammates and the amount of justice in the world around you. You're like, okay, cool. How do I do that? Luckily, leadership is something you can learn. It's a set of skills, it's a set of activities, and this creates the world we live in. And emotionally intelligent leadership is also something that is learned. Compassion is a behavior. You can learn compassion and how to act compassionately toward your people in a leadership role. And you're like, well, cool, how do I do that? There's this beautiful framework called emotionally intelligent leadership or emotional intelligence. And this is one way to describe what compassion looks like in terms of behavior. Like compassion means tons and tons of different things. I'm not going to quiz you on that. But one slice of how you can look at it in terms of the framework of leadership is emotional intelligence. There's four big parts of emotional intelligence. Self-awareness, which is the ability to recognize and understand your own moods and emotions and drives, as well as their effect on others. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses, self-confidence, that's all part of self-awareness. Next, we have self-management, the ability to control or redirect your impulses and moods. Good luck, some of you in the chat. The propensity to suspend judgment, to think before acting, and this is often called executive function out there. We also have social awareness, which is cognitive empathy. And this specifically means the ability to understand the emotional makeup of other people. So being able to label the emotions in others as you act and interact with them, and skill in treating people according to their emotional reaction at any given time. We also have relationship management, which is building relationships and networks, the ability to find common ground and build rapport. And this beautiful thing called conflict management fits in there too. So by enacting emotional intelligence and participating in the behaviors of compassion, I mean, we can be great leaders, but how that actually looks is really different depending on who you are, where you are, what you're doing, who you're working with. In my world, I make this easier for people and organizations. Oh, I will. So I have services, much like coaching. It's a fabulous thing. Some common requests I get from folks include, hey, help me get ready for a new or bigger or different leadership role. Uh, this one I hear in so many different ways. I want to stop losing sleep over working with that tough coworker or client or boss or board member. Has this been you in your life? Sorry, and I can help. Uh, one of my favorites, how do we get rid of our terrible executive director? That was a fun conversation. I want to lead with compassion, but not be seen as a wimpy pushover and also not an aggro soul crusher. You can do it in a way that's authentic and true to you and be that leader that is effective and a powerful leader in your organization. And do my teammates hate me? I think my teammates hate me. The culture here is so bad. Help. Yeah, I can. The training part of my services include, can you train our stakeholders to work together better? Sometimes your stakeholders have these complicated interrelating relationships, and uh, we can smooth that out. We can make it easier for everyone to understand everyone's role and work together better. We want everyone to take accountability for their actions and contributions in the organization. Yeah, I can help you do that. Can you help us trust each other more? Definitely yes. Our whole team is tangled up in a sticky, complicated conflict. We don't know what to do about it. We've ignored it for a long, long time and hoped it went away, and it never did. Yeah, let's get into that thing and fix it for you, with you. In fact, I'm not going to fix it for you. I will help you fix it with you. Uh, this is a great request. The culture here is gross. I mean, it's basically a cry for help. Terrible behavior is the norm, and the good people are leaving all the time. You see that happening? The leadership is a piece of all these different sort of states you might be in. We can work on that and work on that with your whole team so everyone is on board making progress. On the consulting side, we don't like our discipline policy because it alienates people who make mistakes and leaders don't want to police our teammates. Can we do something that build connections instead? 100% yes. We have a discipline policy, but no procedure for managing day-to-day conflicts. This makes people unhappy and stressed at work. How do we collectively do something better? I can help. Our organization does revolutionary work. How can we make sure that internally we're just as revolutionary? Let's talk. What would restorative justice look like at our organization? You've heard the term restorative justice. We can make it a reality. Quiz. Who is this person? What is she known for? Throw that in the chat. She is known for fraud. Who is she? Do you know? This is like her, I think she was on Time magazine with this picture cover. Yes, Elizabeth Holmes, faking medical devices. Lizzie Holmes, that's funny. Biomedical science, science, put that in air quotes. Come on, Ryan. She was terrible at it. She is known, this is Elizabeth Holmes. She's known for dressing like Steve Jobs, unethical business practices, being mean to her staff, bullying her coworkers. Currently, she's in federal prison for the next 11 years. So this is the before picture. You don't have to be like that.
2 minutes.
Thank you. Here's the after picture. Who is this? Who is this and what is she known for? I know this is even slightly trickier. The quiz gets harder and harder. There's a great document. There's a great book about Elizabeth Holmes, by the way, called Bad Blood. It's so good. New Zealand Prime Minister, what's her name, Ricky? I'll just tell you, Jacinda Ardern. She's known for compassionate leadership, building connections, preventative mental health care, collaborating with the public, known for her strength and kindness, creating a sweeping national legislation 10 days after a giant national strategy. Had a huge impact on New Zealand and like gave birth while in office and basically kicked ass overall. And is known for building connection. Okay, working with teams. Who's this team? Bigger, harder, deeper cut. Who is this? I mean, yes, the Bad News Bears. What are they known for? They were a terrible team. But if you watch the movie closely, which all of you are going to go do after this, they also basically won by cheating in the end. They're like, oh, we'll try the ball in the glove and they'll tag the guy out. Like they're actually winning because they were cheaters. So subtext to the whole movie, and like, yeah, everyone threw a party. Not that great. One of you will know this. Who is this? One of you, the rest of you may not. And this person will win. Who is this team? I'm waiting for you to put it in the chat. Actually, it's Axles of Annihilation, but very close, Sarah. And this is like 2018. This is a hyper competitive roller derby league. You should know. I don't know if you see in the back row pointing at me. That's actually Sarah. It's not my improv team. Yes, you are in that picture. Good comedy. So what can I do right now to be a more effective leader? Listen to understand the emotional state of whoever you're talking to, not just what they're saying. How does that person feel when they talk to you? Thing two, to be a more effective leader, show or convey appreciation with the same specificity and 3 times as likely as you give constructive criticism or, hey, can you fix this request? There are many ways to show appreciation, and figuring out how people want to receive appreciation helps a ton. To wrap up, we can create a better world by creating thriving teams, and thriving teams thrive because of intentional, thoughtful, emotionally intelligent leadership. Any questions or commentary can come to me via Iggy at wslleadership.com, and have a kick-ass day out there, revolutionaries. That's from me.